The news that Donald Trump has blasted Labour's Chagos deal as an act of great stupidity. In a post on Truth's social media, he said the agreement to hand over the territory, which contains, of course, a joint US-UK military base at Diego Garcia, was made for no reason whatsoever. And then he went on to say that the agreement was a reason why America should take control of Greenland. Well, I'm delighted to be joined in the studio in Westminster by the Labour Party MP Graham Stringer, and he's urging his fellow MPs to vote against the government's Chagos deal. Graham Stringer, welcome to the studio. Pleasure to have your company. You've called this deal shameful. Why?
It's completely unjustifiable. I first got interested in it. To be honest, until 12 months ago, I knew about Chagos, but I'd not been that interested. But when I found out that we were giving away something we owned and potentially were renting it back for over £30 billion, I thought, that's terrible, just the financial part of it. But when I look at the details of what's happening to the Chagosians, it's awful. And today, the Lords have sent, I think, 5 or 6 amendments back. 2 things have changed, really, since the Commons gave it a very quick look over. You couldn't say it was properly scrutinised. 2 things have changed. One, the United Nations Committee for the Ending of Racial Discrimination have said we shouldn't endorse it. Now it seems the Prime Minister and the Attorney General like listening to international bodies when it suits them. And then secondly, today, Donald Trump has said it's stupid. When the bill came to the Commons the first time, the minister proposing it said we'd got full agreements with the Americans. So at least those 2 things have changed. And I think because it's such a bad deal financially, and for the Chagosians who are not getting a say in this, they should be given a referendum. They're sent back to... Well, not back. They're sent to a country they have no relationship with whatsoever. There have been 5 or 6 generations of Chagosians, and they have their own language. So it is discriminating against them in a racial way. They should be consulted and given a say as to what should happen.
There's nothing more important than keeping your money and your identity safe online. And with so many VPN options available, choosing the right one can be pretty daunting. But this video's sponsor, ExpressVPN, is making the choice easier for GB News viewers. ExpressVPN is offering up to 75% off, plus 4 extra months free. That's top-level security from just £2.49 a month, and you're covered by their 30-day money-back guarantee. So just click the link in this video's description or scan the QR code now. Remember, when you're online, you are often sharing personal data, so hackers can steal your information, your passwords, your photos, and your bank details in just seconds. But ExpressVPN encrypts your connection, making it virtually impossible for hackers to access your personal information. So why choose ExpressVPN? Well, it couldn't be easier to use. With just 1 click, you are protected. And ExpressVPN uses military-grade AES 256 encryption, which is the same standard trusted by the US government to guard their classified information. With their new tiered plans, you can protect up to 14 devices at once and manage passwords securely. Live chat support is available 24/7, and it typically connects you in under a minute with a real person. Click the link in this video's description or scan the QR code to get up to 75% off ExpressVPN, plus 4 months extra for free. Start protecting yourself today with ExpressVPN.
Graham Stringer, not for the first time, you're sounding very much more in agreement with Nigel Farage than your boss, Sir Keir Starmer. And it is a pertinent point you raise, and one that's repeatedly been raised. I'd like to put it to you. Why is it that Sir Keir Starmer says it's uniquely up to the people of Greenland and the Kingdom of Denmark to decide the fate of Greenland, but he gave the Chagosians no say whatsoever in the fate of the Chagos Islands?
He's obviously inconsistent in his attitude to Greenland.
Two-tier Keir.
Which we have no relationship with, as to the Chagosians, which we have a responsibility towards, because we own the place that they used to live, and it's impossible to justify that. It's 2 contradictory positions that the Prime Minister has. So you're asking me why, I don't know, but I can recognise it as being completely inconsistent.
And you seem completely exasperated by that, Graham Stringer.
I find it, and I come into the studio from time to time, kind enough to invite me, that there are a number of policies that I want to support the Labour government, and I do on many things. But some of the policies are very difficult to defend for two reasons. One, they're bad policies like Chagos. And two, you don't know if you come in to defend a government policy whether it will be different the following day.
14 U-turns and counting.
Yeah. I feel sorry for junior ministers who are sent out to defend it, and then they write to their constituents and say, we're doing this, I know you're opposed to it. And then they have to write to them again and say, we've changed.
Are you in danger? You repeatedly, and I respect you hugely for the fact you're a man of integrity. You speak from the heart. You speak from policies that you support, and you speak, however, against the leaning of your Prime Minister, of David Lammy. Might that get you in trouble?
It might. I hope not. I mean, today, for instance, if you look at page 120 of the Labour Party manifesto, it has a commitment to our overseas territories, and that we won't do anything to undermine their integrity, effectively, is what the wording says. So I will have to look carefully at the very complicated voting system later, but if I vote against the government, I will be voting in favour of what we said to the electorate in 2024.
So you can justify with your conscience and with your party's manifesto that you're following both of those, but you would be voting against your government. Might you lose the whip?
I might. I mean, that's not up to me. I try not to vote against the government if I possibly can. I was elected as a Labour MP, and my first instinct is to support the government. But where it is doing things that are against the manifesto or are impossible to justify, then it's not so much my conscience as supporting my constituents and the principles involved.
Graham Stringer, if you were to lose the whip, and you were to become an independent MP, you might be available for another party.
I've been asked that question many, many times. I joined the Labour Party more than 50 years ago. I have no intention of leaving it. I was elected as a Labour MP.
But what if you don't leave it? What if you're kicked out of it because you vote against the government?
Well, it wouldn't be being kicked out of the Labour Party. It would be being losing the whip. It's a slightly different thing. I would still have a Labour Party card, but I wouldn't be part of the Parliamentary Labour Party.
Graham Stringer, fascinating stuff, and thank you so much for being so forthright. Come and see us today. Absolute delight to see you as ever. Captain Graham Stringer, beautiful stuff. Thank you.
Become a friend of GB News for free, a brand new way to be part of our community.
As a friend of GB News, you'll access in-depth opinion, analysis, documentaries and behind-the-scenes videos.
Have your voice heard on Your Say. Take part in You Decide polls. Watch GB News anywhere, anytime, live or on catch-up. Become a friend of GB News today for free. Go to gbnews.com/friend today.